If you're someone that practices something regularly, you've probably come across the term flow as this ultimate state to be into skyrocket improvement. In this video, I'll explain what I've learned in my years of practicing things for the goal of improvement at them. I'll talk about things like what it takes to actually get into flow, the pros and cons of music, and how to stay in flow for longer with detailed analogy of what exactly flow is. The most important thing that flow needs in order to happen is a point of struggle. Flow needs that initial sprint up that steep hill in a metaphorical sense to cultivate itself. In other words, dissatisfaction, boredom, annoyance, and agitation are all emotions that should be felt before entering flow. This is the point where listening to music can have negative effects, which leads us to our next topic. Music. What effects does it have on entering flow faster? Is it helping me or slowing me down? Music can actually do both of these when used differently. I'll start with the negatives. Various studies have shown music with lyrics or that we enjoy have negative effects on focus, slowing down productivity. This can be distracting when practicing something, constantly switching attention from the thing you're doing to the music. Listening to music also releases dopamine, which partly nullifies the effect of improvement, getting rid of the hard struggle needed to get into flow while also decreasing the differences in dopamine when practicing the task. If you didn't watch my other video, How to Maximize Effective Practice, I explained what improvement from practice actually is. In simplest terms, improvement is the difference in correctly correlated dopamine levels. This is how your subconscious mind can tell the difference between doing something the correct way versus the wrong way. When we listen to music, it raises our base levels of dopamine, decreasing the overall difference. In other words, when we listen to music, we feel good even when we fail at a task, instead of feeling annoyed or dissatisfied at failing, which is how we should feel if we want to improve more effectively. When it comes to flow, the increase in dopamine can have a false sense of flow effect, making you believe you entered the flow state with the rush of dopamine. But really, you're not focused on the task at hand, and instead you're focused with switching between the music and what you're doing. To properly use music to get into flow faster, we must still be focused on a single thing for a duration of time. Although what you focus on doesn't matter nearly as much as how you're focused on it. If you're pen spinning, reaching for another world record at a certain trick, and focus solely on the music, you do have the ability to enter flow faster. You will also get similar results if you're just focusing on counting the numbers of a trick while listening to music in the background. It's also important to note that to improve flow and focus, it's beneficial to listen to music without lyrics, as lyrics can interrupt your focus and consistently change your mental vision. Next, we'll talk about the one thing that I was doing almost every time before entering a deep flow state that I didn't even notice I was doing until recently. Have you ever tried recording your spinning for a while? Then when you get a good take, you stop spinning and rewatch your clip, maybe even edit it and cut it down? If so, maybe you found that you were able to go into flow far faster the next time you started again. This isn't by mistake. Taking a short break after the hard struggle can help magnitudes when it comes to getting into flow faster and for longer. Imagine flow as this. To get to the starting point of the actual race, you need to roll a boulder up a mountain. Most people can't manage this and end up letting the boulder crush them or quitting early before they even get to start the race. Once at the top of the mountain, you'll probably be tired, too tired for the next part, so you want to rest a little bit. Not for so long that you cool down, and long enough so that you get your energy back. Next, it's time to start the race. But this race is not only about your speed. The winning measurement of this race is distance divided by time times velocity. This means if you increase the descending slope of the race, you'll finish faster, but you won't go very far in terms of distance. On the other hand, if you decrease your slope so that it's nearly level, sure, you might go a crazy distance, but it's going to take you ages to finish. Not only because you're going to be running a marathon basically, but you'll be going slower compared to if you chose a more downhill slope. Another way you can increase flow is by making the mountain taller. Doing this will be inevitably tougher to climb and take more energy, but you'll be able to go far faster than if you were to have a small hill. Fine-tuning your slope is essential for maximizing the depth and length of your flow state. In summary, the main thing needed to get into flow state is an initial struggle period with zero stimulation other than the task at hand, followed by a short break of 2 to 14 minutes. Then when you continue, flow state will be inevitable. One should not listen to music in the build-up period before flow, but it can be helpful to listen to music with no lyrics during the flow state. One can adjust their initial struggle period to be harder and longer to get better into flow state. If you like this video, let me know, and feel free to check out my other videos too. Thanks for watching. See you next time.